Hi everybody, welcome back to Quarantine Cooking with Carolyn. Well, it is another scorcher here in Colorado. If it doesn't get to 100 degrees today, I will be very surprised. Very surprised. So, as you can see, I'm still down here in my basement kitchen, being the smart woman that I am, right? So I'm going to show you today a really great recipe, and I'm so surprised I haven't shown you this before. I'm going to show you how to make pulled pork with a white barbecue sauce. And I absolutely love this recipe. I think without any exaggeration, I would bet I have made this recipe 100 times. I've used it for catering. I make it at home. It's a good recipe all year. It's not just a summer or winter recipe. And I think you're gonna love it. And it's super easy. It's almost as easy as a crock pot recipe. It's almost as hands-off as that. So let me show you how to get started. What I've done here is I've taken a pork loin, and first of all, I've trimmed off any of the excess fat. Now, loin doesn't have a lot of fat to start with, but I've trimmed off a little bit, and then I cut it into these sort of bigger cubes. Can't get one here. Sort of 1.5 to 2 inches, something like that. And then I'm just going to set that aside for a minute, or actually a couple of minutes. And in this pot, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. Now, in the past, I've always said to you, use what you have. If you don't have this, use that. This is one of those recipes that do not substitute anything for the apple cider vinegar, because it brings so much flavor to the party, so much flavor to the meat that the white vinegar or some other vinegar wouldn't bring. So do not substitute on this. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of plain old water and 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Go, just like that. And then we are going to add, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Let me just move that. So 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And about 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. If you have freshly ground, use it. Then 1/2 teaspoon each of cayenne, of chili powder, and then about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And that's not nearly enough usually for my taste, but you know. And we're just going to give this a stir, just enough, excuse me, to dissolve the sugar. And then I'm going to go put this on the stove to boil. So our mixture is boiling here, and what we're going to do is add these pork cubes to the pot. I'm just going to, woo, getting crazy there, guys. We're going to cover it. We're going to lower the heat to a simmer, and we're going to let it go for an hour. Let it just simmer for an hour. Leave it alone. You can stir it once or twice if you want, but that's it. So let's make that white barbecue sauce. You're going to take 1/2 cup of a reduced fat mayonnaise. You know, you guys know me. I'm always trying to keep it low fat, right? Then to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar this time, and this is the place for the white vinegar. Okay. Then 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and if you have a fresh lemon around, by all means use it. And then 1 teaspoon of black pepper. And then I think I'm going to want the whisk on this, but let's see. And then just mix it a little bit. I've been told that this is a southern style barbecue sauce. A little bit out of the ordinary for us Northerners, I guess. Westerners? I don't know. But anyway, just whisk that up. This white barbecue sauce is Thing's absolute favorite thing. He would eat it with a spoon if I would let him. So there you go. It's just all mixed together. And I would put this in the refrigerator until the pork is done and you're ready to eat. The meat is done, and it is now time to pull our pulled pork. And the way you do that is just grab 2 forks and just start shredding, just like this. Now, if you have a stand mixer, you can, like I have behind me here, you can put all the meat without the juice into the stand mixer, put the dough hook on, and let it go to town, and it will shred the meat for you, which is really great. It just makes short work of it. But if not, just do it this way. This probably took me less than 10 minutes to do this. It's not that hard because, like I said, the meat is really nice and tender. Then we're going to put at least some of this juice back over it, and that's going to keep the meat really moist. And then the way you serve this is just like this, either on a nice soft bun, or if you want to do it in the traditional Southern way, you would serve this on a biscuit. And whether you make your own biscuits and you have your mom's biscuit recipe, or whether you have, or just using the commercially made kind, that is the way to do it. And then a little bit of our white barbecue sauce, just like that. And you are gonna love this, guys. It's tangy, it's easy. So give this a try. I know you've got this.